What are possible risks during a commodity trade, and can we do something about it? Yes, we can. Today we're going to talk a bit more about pricing a to-be-fixed contract delivery and its implications. And by the way, Agiblocks also supports partial price fixing, which will come in handy. My name is Fiona. Welcome to Agiboo Tutorials. So basically there are two ways to price a to-be-fixed contract delivery. Agree on a price with the other party and hedge it with a future, or directly price it with a futures contract. Now don't worry, I will explain everything about futures in later episodes. Let's start by having a look at the following example. Here we have a physical cocoa contract that consists of 2 deliveries in different months. The size of the contract is 80 metric ton, where each delivery is 40 metric ton. In commodity trade, you usually price per quantity, in this case per metric ton. Now imagine you want this to be a fixed contract, and a week later you'd like to agree with the counterparty on a price for the first 20 metric ton of the first delivery. After all, you might have reasons to price the remainder of that delivery later. A good moment to explain a bit more about futures contracts, and the reason for it is the term lots. Lots are defined quantities by the place of exchange where the future contracts are being traded. In this case, the London market, and the lot size for cocoa is 10 metric ton. That is why it says 4 here. But the lot size can differ for each commodity and for each place of exchange. For white sugar, for example, in London the lot size is 50 metric ton. So now 20 metric ton is corresponding with 2 lots. I simply change the number here to 2 and price it for the amount of the market price. This looks like a simple action, but it has quite some impact. At this moment, when this is a sales contract, I agree to sell this 20 metric ton of cocoa beans for this price. How much loss would I have as a seller if the price rises? But as the buyer, of course, I would be lucky. We all know, though, that the price can also go down, and that would mean the seller would have a profit, but the buyer would not. As a responsible trader, I do not want to be prone to this risk. And for this reason, there is the concept of hedging. Phew. If I would not hedge, I could just as well go out for a great night in a casino, get free drinks, and probably lose most of my money. So luckily, Agiblocks created a hedge requirement, which is an advice to hedge, in this case, these 2 lots, which I will do now. I have already bought futures to hedge this, and I'm going to use 2 lots, allocating it to the hedge requirement of this physical delivery. As you can see, the risk tab now says that these are hedged. You can also directly fix a price with a future. The other lots were not priced yet, and it shows a fixing requirement instead of a hedge requirement. I allocate them the same way, and you see it visible again. With many contracts, this can become chaos, but Agiblocks CTRM can really help you keep track here, not only if you have one contract, but especially when you have many. You might be eager to learn more about futures contracts or other instruments such as options, currency contracts, and risk, and many more like rolling or price confirmations. We will address those topics in future episodes, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you on the next block.